Hello and welcome to Millwall Fan TV. This is your pre-match prediction for Millwall's upcoming home game against Cardiff City at the Den on Saturday. Firstly, it feels great to be back from an international break. I'm not a big lover of international breaks. I really do miss Millwall in it, but great to be back. So let's start off by talking a bit about the Cardiff City threat come Saturday. So before we start that, obviously Neil Harris returns to the Den on Saturday, and had the fans have been there, it would have been interesting to see what sort of reception he would have got. I think in most people's eyes, he's a club legend. He was a fantastic servant for the club, both on and off the pitch. And I felt like the way he left was, it was not as nice as it would have been. It would have been nice if he could have left in slightly better circumstances, but he had taken us as far as he could have done, and we wish him all the best. But on Saturday, we don't want him to win the game. I wish him all the best on Saturday. As for the Cardiff City threat, they've got a couple of good players, haven't they? Harry Wilson is probably the standout of the side. On loan from Liverpool, they're paying a hefty fee for that. He's going to be a really dangerous player for them, and it's one that we're going to have to make sure we sort of try to nullify on Saturday. He likes to come in from the right and play down the centre, so he moves around a little bit, so it'll be hard for us to contain him, but if we can, that'll be a really good way of coming through the game with all 3 points. The second player that I'm probably going to pick out, just because of his sort of technical ability, is Marlon Pack in the midfield. I really like him in the midfield. I think he's a really good passer of the ball. He gets on the ball, he makes good tackles. But so they've definitely got a lot of threats in their side. I could go on with a couple of more as well. They've got quite a few. But without further ado, let's get onto the Millwall side of things, and let's go with the Millwall lineup. So here it is. In goal, Bartosz Białkowski, Romeo Hutchinson, Cooper and Murray Wallace at the back. Ryan Woods and Ryan Leonard in the midfield. Jeb Wallace, Connor Mahoney and Mason Bennett all in behind Matt Smith. So there it is. There's the lineup. Something might say, is it slightly unfortunate that Parrott doesn't get a go? Obviously, as you know, Parrott's just come back from an injury. He got 45 minutes against Iceland under 21 for the Ireland under 21 on Sunday. He did well to me. He came through it fine, and then he got 5 minutes plus stoppage time last night against Bulgaria for the Ireland first team. He looked good in stages, but obviously only 5 minutes is hard to tell. But you can see his runs off the ball. His movement is top class, and he'll be a key player. But the question is do we risk him? And for me, it's no, not quite yet. I think come off the bench, he will be involved if he's come back unscathed. He'll be definitely involved tomorrow, or on Saturday. Sorry, but I just don't think we need to risk him for. Just yet, I think it's a prime example was Kenneth Sahor. He probably played 10 minutes than he should have done, and therefore he got injured. And I feel the same with Parrott. We need to probably ease him in maybe half an hour on Saturday. Will be a good amount, maybe 40 minutes maybe, and keep building him up until we eventually get him to start, which hopefully be a couple of games away. Fingers crossed. If there's no risk, then we'll probably start him, and then we'll bring him back into the side, and he'll probably start. And if he can keep going like that, he'll end up playing 90 minutes for us, and fingers crossed he can score goals and get and hit the ground running really. But let's get straight into a pre-match prediction. So my prediction for Saturday's game is going to be a really tough one. They've got good players over the pitch. They've got players that can hurt us, but we're going to have to be solid. We're going to have to be good at the back. We're going to have to be good going forward. As long as our defence is solid, I think our attack will hopefully prove and score some goals for us, because obviously with Parrott coming back into the side, I know Zahor's probably back probably mid-December, so Matt Smith has really got this opportunity if he gets a go. So I'm going to go with 1-0 Millwall, and I'm going to go with Connor Mahoney to get Millwall's only goal of the game. I think he needs to prove himself. He had a really good couple of games just after the last international break. Didn't get selected so much, and kind of fell down the pecking order again. But if he can come back out again and show his worth, then it could be a good day for Millwall on Saturday. But fingers crossed we can get the 3 points, but it's going to be a really tough one. Come on, you Lions.